well. I mean, you yourself were at Learn at one point in time, and now you've definitely moved on and well down your career path as well. And so I'm just curious, like from your perspective, like where does that, like what's your thoughts on that?
Sure. I love the answer of like finding out what your intern wants to work on as well. I think we have incorporated that at Measurabl. We'll ask before the internship starts if there's a particular stack they're more interested in learning, or what types of projects are they interested in. And then we do try to put them on the team that makes the most sense. So that I think is really helpful. I also think assigning them a designated mentor. I know we talked about having your seniors ready, but having like a specific senior or like a seasoned veteran at the company that they can go to for questions is really helpful, and it's especially helpful if you are remote, because you can't really see that your intern might be stuck or have a roadblock or be sitting there with a problem and they have no idea who to go to for it. So having one specific person that they know they can go to if they are stuck is really helpful. And then in that same setting too, giving them clear expectations right from the beginning. So their very first week, giving them expectations on when to ask a question. Should they, as soon as they get stuck, should they ask their mentor right away? Probably not. You probably want them to sit with their problem a little, maybe seek some answers on Stack Overflow, try a few things, and then go to their mentor. So making sure that expectation is clear at what point they should go to their mentor for help, how and when to ask the question, not just coming to the mentor and saying, it doesn't work, and leaving it. What doesn't work? Show me the error. Helping coach interns to how to ask the right questions that will benefit both the senior that is in the mentorship role and the intern.
Yeah, sitting in the problem for a minute isn't a bad thing to do. Yeah, without a doubt. I was thinking about when I was learning early on, and this was before, the concept of pair programming was even a thing in my mind. And I'm a huge advocate of pair programming in general, but like and I remember just like, just sitting in front of a computer, like, why does this not work? It just worked. Like, why does this not work? And just not knowing and not knowing and not knowing. And then making the discovery was so empowering. I mean, it was just so empowering. It wasn't when it was a comma, but when it was something more significant and not just you missed the comma, friend. That was, it was such an empowering feeling. Just incredible.
Yeah, for sure. It's a sign that you're learning.
Yeah, totally.
You've learned something.
Right, exactly. And again, like when I was saying, like early on, especially working with interns, I think this is an area that ZL, the former company I was with, was making the mistake, is that we were too available. And we didn't give the opportunity to really go through hard, challenging times. It was just too easy. And I actually think in a large part, things like Slack make it too easy for teams in general. Like it's a great way to collaborate, which is lovely, but there's something about like having pause and like creating that space to beat your head against the wall a little bit that, like you said, really creates the opportunity for learning for sure. So I want to, oh yeah, Chris, yeah.
I just wanted to second what Kristin said about, coaching people on how to ask a good question. I think it's so beneficial to everybody on the team, particularly the intern, right? They say question well asked is a question half answered. I forget some quote like that. I think that's it's a really important point. And yeah, sitting with the problem and figuring out how to ask that question can often sort of get you most of the way or all the way to the answer. So yeah, well said.